Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Nick Lazaga, and welcome to MiM Monday. This is Mickey in Minutes Live. On today's show, we're going to talk about some details for Festival of the Arts, free Lorcana cards, new food kiosks, and so much more. So thanks so much for tuning in. We are doing this at our old time, 8 o'clock. Just today only, then next week it'll go back to 8:30 p.m. But thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining me in the chat, remember, this is the Disney News Show, and I want to make this a conversation. So please leave your comments in the chat. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watching the playback on YouTube or Reels, thanks so much for checking this out. And remember, next time you could be part of the live audience and participate and talk with me. And but be sure to leave your comments wherever it is that you're listening or watching to this MiM Monday episode. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. There's a lot of news to talk about, and I want to start talking about Lorcana. I don't feel like I talk about Lorcana enough on this show. It's just such a fun game. If you're not familiar with it, that's Disney's trading card game, and it's been going on for a while now. It's so fun. If you go back to the beginning of this current season of the podcast, we did a little introduction to Lorcana, a little Lorcana, the story so far. I mean, that episode might be a little dated now since they've released a lot of sets since then, but it's still really cool. So check that out. But let's talk about some Lorcana news that's going on right now. That is, we'll start with Zootopia 2. So Zootopia 2 is coming to theaters pretty soon. And it was announced that if you go see Zootopia 2 at a Cinemark theater, you are going to get a special promo card. So I don't know if they've ever done a promo card tied to a movie before. I don't think so. And in fact, the little rarity symbol on the bottom is a film reel. So that's pretty cool. I'd never seen that before. But the card looks really cool. It's called Putting It All Together. It's an action card. It says chosen opposing character can't challenge during their next turn. Draw a card. And it has a picture of Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde from the movie, along with some other characters, some mice characters, and it looks like they're chasing a snake character. So obviously this is based off Zootopia 2. And yeah, if you go see this from November 26th to November 30th at a Cinemark theater while supplies last, you can get this promo card for free, I guess. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if you are a Lorcana collector, be sure to go and see that movie at a Cinemark and get your Zootopia promo card. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining in the chat. So yeah, movie debuts November 26th, just in time for Thanksgiving. And yeah, I don't think I have a Cinemark theater anywhere near me, which is kind of disappointing because this is a really cool looking card. But yeah, speaking of Lorcana, this is really cool. So, hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining. So they've announced the dates for Epcot Festival of the Arts, which, by the way, is my favorite Epcot festival. So that's going to be running from January 16th through February 23rd this year. That is 39 days. And if you're not sure what Festival of the Arts is, it's, another Epcot festival, but this one celebrates all sorts of art. So culinary arts and, painting and all these other, they have these cool things with classic art where you get to kind of step into the paintings of classic art and have a cool photo op. It's just a really, really cool festival. They also do the Broadway, Disney on Broadway series where they bring in actual Broadway performers, people who have really been in Disney Broadway shows, and they perform songs from Disney Broadway shows. And this is just so cool. I want to talk a little bit more about Festival of the Arts, but first I want to talk about why did I segue from Lorcana to Festival of the Arts? Because for the first time at Epcot, they're introducing a Lorcana thing, a Lorcana activity. And this is so cool. So, according to the Disney Parks blog, it says the magic of collecting the Disney Lorcana trading card game will be coming to the Epcot International Festival of the Arts with exciting activities designed for the whole family, showcasing the beautiful artwork on each card. And this is just a taste of what's to come. So that's what it says on Disney Parks blog, and this really got me excited. I'm very curious what they're going to do. I'm sure that there's probably going to be some Lorcana tournaments, maybe some ways for you to trade cards, maybe some official Lorcana trading going on at Epcot. But here's what got me really, really excited is I wonder if there's going to be a Figment promo card. I've been waiting and waiting since Lorcana was announced, really, since I first heard about Lorcana, for them to do Disney Parks characters. Because right now they've only done Disney animated characters. And pretty soon they're going to be bringing in some Pixar characters, but they haven't ever done Disney Parks characters. And recently they started doing a Lorcana event in Disney California Adventure, which I'm also jealous of because it looks like you get a promo card from attending that as well. But I don't know what they're going to do here at Festival of the Arts. But I do like that it says showcasing the beautiful artwork on each card, because when it comes down to it, Lorcana, it really is just original art on every card, and it's just so beautiful. That's one of the reasons that I got really into Lorcana, is just to enjoy the amazing art on each card. And the fact that they're showcasing it here at Festival of the Arts, I can't think of a better place to showcase the artwork of Lorcana. So it makes me wonder if they're going to do maybe some sort of gallery, maybe a gallery featuring Lorcana. I know that at previous Festival of the Arts, they've done like cool galleries. The first time I went to Festival of the Arts, I think it was maybe the second year they did it. They did like a Disney attraction poster art gallery in the Odyssey, and that was really cool. So I don't know. I wonder if they're going to do some sort of gallery. That'd be really cool. But if they drop a Figment promo card, an official Lorcana Figment card, I will go nuts and probably not be able to afford it on eBay because it'll be thousands and thousands of dollars. But, I just think that'd be a really cool idea. And then that could be the start of introducing Disney Parks characters to Lorcana. There's tons and tons of really cool characters that are original to the parks that I think would play really well in the game. Figment and Dreamfinder, obviously, but think about like all the different original IP, like the Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, all these really cool characters. Food Rocks just popped into my brain because we're talking about Epcot, but all these really cool original characters, imagine if they were featured in Lorcana. And I don't know, having Lorcana featured at the Epcot International Festival of the Arts 2026 is a great way to open that door to maybe some really cool Lorcana original Disney Parks characters. So speaking of Lorcana, since we're talking about it, we have 3 new sets to look out for. That is Whispers in the Well, which official release date is November 14th, pre-release date November 7th. This one looks really cool. It looks like you're going to have like some gargoyles in this one. It's so cool. Then after that, you have another set called Winter Spell, which just says coming Q1 2026. The tagline is Flurries of Fun. It looks like it's featuring Stitch characters playing in the snow. That's really cool. And then the one I alluded to earlier, featuring Pixar characters, is coming the second quarter of 2026, and that is Wilds Unknown. And the artwork for this is showcasing Woody and Buzz, and I'm just really excited to get some cool Pixar characters in this. So yeah, if you're a Lorcana fan, in the comments, I want you to drop down, I don't know, one of those little magic icons, the little stars or something. Drop that down in the chat. Or if you're listening or watching a playback, then in the comments, let me know. Are you excited for these 3 new sets of Lorcana, for that promo card coming with the Zootopia 2 movie ticket. And are you excited to finally see some Lorcana at Walt Disney World at Epcot International Festival of the Arts? Let me know, because I think that's all just so, so cool. So we'll get off Lorcana. I know a lot of people aren't into Lorcana, but those of you who are, a lot of really cool news for Lorcana coming out. So let's pivot. Let's talk about snacks. I'm a little hungry. So let's talk about some snacks. So a couple new snack kiosks are coming to Walt Disney World. Over in Toy Story Land, they've been constructing a new snack kiosk. It's over by the entrance to Galaxy's Edge, like that side of Toy Story Land, kind of around where the restrooms are. And it's still currently covered by construction walls, but it looks like a popcorn bucket turned over on its side. I mean, as you know, in Toy Story Land, you're the size of a toy. Everything is oversized because you're small. So it's just a big popcorn bucket. And it says popcorn, and then it looks like written in like Sharpie next to it. It says "and snacks," so that's really cool. Obviously, they're gonna be selling popcorn, right? But then it makes me think, like, what other snacks are they going to be selling there? Because you think Toy Story Land, you think Woody's Lunchbox, and they have stuff that you would be seeing in a kid's lunchbox. So they have the Pop-Tarts, right? So I'm wondering, what are other like classic kid snacks that they could be selling over here at this popcorn and snacks kiosk? I was thinking about this earlier, and I was thinking like pudding cups. Every kid has like a little pudding cup or a Jello cup in their lunchbox. So maybe something like that. Yeah, in the chat, we needed a popcorn cart over there. Yes, we did. We definitely needed more food in Toy Story Land. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. We're talking about that new snack kiosk that's coming to Toy Story Land. And we're trying to predict, what do you think they're going to sell there? It could just be your classic like pretzels and churros and stuff. But since it's Toy Story Land, they've got to have something like unique to Toy Story Land, something that would be in a lunchbox. So I don't know, maybe pudding or Jello. What else? What else is classic? I don't know. Fruit by the foot, right? I know that's like that's a whole nother like brand that like kind of like Pop-Tarts. They called it like a lunchbox tart. So maybe they do something like a fruit roll up or a fruit by the foot, and rename it whatever they want, a fruit snack or something. But something like that, right? That would be really cool. So I don't know. Just has me wondering, but I am excited to get another snack kiosk because Woody's Lunchbox is always just slammed. I can honestly say I've never eaten anything from Woody's Lunchbox because it's always just so slammed. I can never get in there, and I never feel like waiting. So this might take off some of the pressure of Woody's Lunchbox. We'll see. But another snack kiosk, and this one's a little bittersweet, kind of sad to me. And that is over at the Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland, replacing the Cool Ship. They're bringing a new kiosk called Astro Fizz. And we kind of talked about this maybe a few weeks ago on MiM Monday. We saw some photos of the construction and how it looked. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining. But now we got a name. It's going to be called Astro Fizz. Astro Fizz. And they released some of the snack items that are going to be at Astro Fizz. And, with Fizz, that's going to be something with soda, right? So they have a Coca-Cola, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Fanta Orange frozen slushies. So you can get slushies over here. Cherry. They're also going to have a Cherry Cola Churro. So it's a churro that's rolled in cherry sugar and then drizzled with a Coca-Cola cherry icing and topped with cherry popping candies. So that is really interesting. I don't know. I've never really been a big cherry Coke fan, so I'm not sure this appeals to me. But I love churros. So, and I don't know. This sounds at least intriguing. So, like I was saying with the snack kiosk coming to Toy Story Land, it's important, I feel like, for snack kiosks around the parks to have their own identities. To have something that sets them apart from the other one, a reason to go specifically to that kiosk than anything else. And I feel like the Cool Ship before, it was Coca-Cola sponsored, and the reason to go there wasn't necessarily to buy stuff. It was to get misted on. They had those cool misters that would just spray down all that, felt so good in the summer to get sprayed with that mist. It doesn't look like the new version of this is going to have that feature, but it looks really cool. I mean, the architecture is more matching of like Joffrey's Revive kind of architecture. But I don't know. This churro looks interesting. The frozen slushies look interesting. It kind of makes me wonder, like, weren't they selling like slushy type drinks over at that kiosk by Tron? I don't remember. Those were like colorful drinks as well. Maybe they weren't slushies, but this was giving me some Tron vibes when I was looking at the pictures. But I don't know. They look pretty cool. So maybe not your average 7-Eleven slushy. In the chat, we need a chicken finger cart with all the new tenders they decided to make. Yeah, I agree. All those tenders we talked about last week on MiM Monday. Maybe they should sell some chicken tenders over here in Tomorrowland at a kiosk, and that'd be cool. So the other thing they're going to be selling there, of course, is popcorn, because every snack cart has to sell popcorn, it seems. But that's cool. I don't know. Maybe we'll get one of those like roasty toasties, like in Disneyland, where they like move the popcorn machine, those little figures that turn the popcorn wheel. They're called roasty toasties. Maybe we can get one of those in Tomorrowland over in this new kiosk. I don't know. I think that'd be really cool. But see, I want to stick with food, but the next food thing I want to talk about, I actually want to save for the end, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So I'm going to skip over that story, and let's talk about Disneyland for a second, because Disneyland is apparently going to have their lowest ticket days during November of 2025. So if you're looking to book a last minute trip to Disneyland, then you just might be in luck, and you could get a 1-day, 1-park ticket for $104. So that is actually pretty cheap, I mean, it's not a park hopper. It's only 1 day. It's just a single day ticket. But they announced this on Disney Parks blog that the $104 price tag is going to be only for select days. So November 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, November 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. So if you're going on any of those days and you don't already have a package and it's just a single day ticket, $104. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good to me. So yeah, I think that's good news. We've been talking so much about all these like price hikes that it's really nice to see a story about, a low price on something. Prices going down. Now, obviously prices aren't going down, and this was just a strategically placed article on Disney Parks blog to maybe get people's minds to do exactly what I just did. To be like, oh, maybe it's not always prices going up. Maybe every once in a while prices go down. But, prices are still going up. It's just select days. But I also wonder, why those days? Are those typically low attendance days for Disneyland? Why are they specifically targeting those days? So I don't know. I don't know, but it's a good deal nonetheless. So let's get back to Disney food. And I saved this for last because, like I've been saying on almost every MiM Monday for the last month or so, we're almost at Christmas season. And I want to end every single MiM Monday from now until, Christmas season starts. So I guess this is the last one, with Christmas news before we get flooded with everything Christmas after Halloween on Friday. So let's end today's show with a little bit of Christmas cheer. And that is the Disney Eats Foodie Guide, the official foodie guide for Jollywood Nights 2025. So Disney released this really cute video on their YouTube channel talking about this. It was like in the sci-fi, not the sci-fi, in 50s prime time, and they were sitting in front of one of those like tables with the TVs, and one of the waitresses like got dressed up in like glam, like a fancy dress and everything, and it was just so cute. And there was a guy on the little TV, and they were talking about the snacks, and it was just such a really cute video. So go Disney for that. But basically, they announced some of the treats coming to Jollywood Nights, and I am just so jealous. Not just of the food, just of Jollywood Nights in general. Jollywood Nights is my favorite hard ticket event at Walt Disney World. I love it so much. Also, besides food, they announced that the giveaway this year for Jollywood Nights is like an ornament, which is so much better than last year, where we just got those gross like champagne flavored marshmallows, which I actually still have a box of those sitting on my kitchen counter. I know that's gross, but I mean, it's just they were not good, so didn't want to eat them. And technically, according to the box, they're not expired yet. So, a year later and they're not expired. It makes me wonder. Makes me wonder how these marshmallows are. I don't want to think about it. But anyways, if you're going to Jollywood Nights this year, you're not getting those really gross marshmallows. You're getting a really cool, cute ornament. So, let's see in the chat. I want to go to Jollywood Nights so badly. Tip Top Club is my dream. I will agree with you there. Tip Top Club was absolutely a dream. It was amazing. Just riding Tower of Terror, coming out, and then just seeing this swing band just going at it and going over, getting like champagne and these Jollywood Nights flutes, and just it was amazing. It was an absolute dream. It was amazing. I said amazing a lot, right? But let's talk about the food, the foodie guide. So I'm not going to go through all of it because it's a lot, but they have these like tacos, shredded beef tacos that look really good. A cauliflower taco for the plant-based people. They got your back if you're plant-based. There we go. Hey, what's going on? Empanadas with street corn. Oh my goodness, I am hungry, guys. I have not had dinner yet, so I am just looking through these pictures. These empanadas and street corn. Oh, I am hungry. So, yeah. It's some yuca and chicharron. So that's fried pork belly, yuca fries. I'm Cuban, so I know good yuca fries, and I wonder if these are as good. The yuca fries that they had at the fry basket over at Epcot during that last festival was just those were really good. So Mexican hot cocoa cheesecake. Why am I reading this before dinner? Oh my goodness. So these look really good. Let me know, guys, in the chat, if you've seen this foodie guide, or if you want to just pull up Disney Parks blog really quick, and just tell me what looks good to you, because it might just be my hunger talking, but it all looks really good. Hickory holiday mac and cheese. That's macaroni and cheese with burnt ends, crispy onions, and chili pepper sauce. Wow. Jolly Jam sliders. All right. This one, Sleigh Bell Brussels sprouts. Nah, that killed it for me. Sorry. I don't like Brussels sprouts, guys. Holly Jolly bread pudding. Oh, look, it's a figgy pudding martini. Ooh, that sounds good. You had me at martini. All right, I'm just scrolling now. The beer margarita. Okay, so last year I really wanted to try the beer margarita, but I had heard some really poor reviews about it, and I just didn't. I didn't try it because everything that I've seen online was saying that it was not good and not worth the price. But beer and margarita, like, I mean, how could that be bad, right? So I don't know. Next time I go, I have to try it. Of course, the Gertie cookie, the classic Gertie cookie. That was amazing. It's amazing photo op. It tastes good. It's just your classic, sugar cookie, but it looks like Santa Gertie, who is just my favorite. So, all right, I gotta stop looking at these items. So I'm seeing in the chat, yes, bread pudding. Yes, that sounds good. Yep. All right. Maybe a couple more. Sandy Claus hot cocoa. That's a non-alcoholic, just a classic hot chocolate. You can't go wrong with a classic hot chocolate, right? Warm spiced chai tea cocktail. That's a Twinings chai tea with rum chata, cream liqueur, vanilla, and cinnamon. All right. Yep. So I'm not saying where any of these are because I'm just kind of going through. But is that what they're serving at Jollywood? In the chat. Yes. This is. I'm just reading the Jollywood Nights foodie guide on Disney Parks blog and making myself extremely hungry. So yes, this is Jollywood stuff. All right. So I'm going to end on this last one, and that is these super cute Kermit and Miss Piggy shakes. These are different flavored shakes. So the Kermit one is green, obviously, and it's green apple boba pearls, white chocolate cheesecake topped with mint chocolate chip ice cream and green M&Ms, served in a souvenir cup. Yes, please. So this souvenir cup, it looks a lot like those like plastic cups you get at like Food and Wine Festival or Festival of the Arts or whatever. I remember I got like the Guinness shake in this exact cup, just a different image printed on it. This image has Kermit and Miss Piggy in their outfits from that really, really awesome stage show that they do at Jollywood Nights with the Muppets. And of course, that stage show features one of my favorite things ever, which is Belle singing "As Long as There's Christmas," which I lost it. I love Jollywood Nights. And the other shake, of course, is the Miss Piggy Strawberry Glam Shake. And that is strawberry boba pearls and strawberry cheesecake topped with chocolate pearls, strawberry ice cream, and pink M&Ms. And it's, of course, served in the same souvenir cup, but this one's all pink. It just looks so cute. So, yeah, there's a ton more to look at. I can't go through this whole thing. Of course, they're bringing back Jazzy Holidays at the Hollywood Brown Derby, which I didn't try either because honestly, what I heard was that it was just a huge time suck, and that party is so short. So if they extended that party just a little bit, maybe added an extra hour to it, I would be down to go to Brown Derby. But this charcuterie board looks really good. So anyways, so yeah, I just love ending MiM Mondays talking about Christmas. So I'm a big Christmas guy. Let's see in the chat. My outfit came today for Jollywood. I look like Miss Piggy in it, but not on purpose. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. That's cool. You'll be in theme because Miss Piggy is a star and she is at Jollywood and she rules. So I think you're going to look awesome. So, yeah. Anyways, so we started the show early today. We started at 8 instead of 8:30 because there's, just a lot of stuff going on here at my house. But next week we'll be back to our normal time. That is 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So if you're just coming in, thanks so much for joining. I'm so sorry that the time shifted today, and I announced it super last minute on Instagram because I didn't know that I was going to change the time until the last minute. But anyways, so yeah, in the chat they're going off on Miss Piggy. Yeah, she's a legend. She's an icon. She's the moment. Yes, she is, Meg. Yes, she is. Miss Piggy all the way. So I'm just waiting for Muppets to come back to studios at Rock and Roller Coaster. I hope it's awesome. But anyways, so thanks so much for joining, you guys. If you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watching the playback on YouTube or Instagram, thanks so much for watching and supporting the show. And be sure to just check out everything else we do here on Mickey in Minutes. Just released another podcast episode, part of, so this is MiM Monday. This is the new show. And then I have the official podcast, which we do monthly. And I just released an episode over there featuring my wife. And it's part 2 of our Disney versus Disney series. We're talking about Disneyland versus Disney World and seeing, which is better. Part 2, all about attractions and entertainment. Part 1, if you go back and listen to that one, that was about lounges and restaurants. So just a really fun series we were doing. So please check that out on the podcast feed. And yeah, thanks so much for joining and helping to make Monday magical. This has been awesome. I'm your host, Nick Lazaga. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hey, what's going on, everybody?